being utilized as well. Some great locations around this area and excellent baseball. We're in bracket play today, Thursday, day 6, as the Prospects will go against the Canes here. And on the defensive side, your Prospects will be the home team. They'll get the bottom of the frame. On the hill, the right-hander, Henry Kuhnsteller. He'll start off pitching for the club. Behind the plate, Nateo Victorio. Over on the first base side, Daniel Bedar. Jordan Leon at second. In the 4 spot, in the 5 spot, Noah Geralimic. Manavong will stay at short and take care of business there for the club. Trey Lawrence on the left side. Carter Nash will manage things out in center. And rounding out will be Brody Taylor. That's the defensive set for your Prospects 14U national team going up against the Canes. Stay with us. We'll be ready to go here. Game number 2 will be the second game and final game for today's bracket play action for the Prospects. They just won their first bracket play game over the PFA Southern Nevada Club. And the long ball was in play there. Carter Nash went big, deep center field for a line shot that was deep and cleared the bags on a grand slam. And behind him, Brody Taylor got into the act and a 3-run shot. The Prospects ended up with a solid score and a big win over PFA. So Victorio will send it down, and we'll be ready to go here in just a moment. Oh, we're ready to go here. We can put it into play. As we get ready to get things started here. Leading things off, Noason, the shortstop, will lead things off. We're ready to go. Game number 2. Our umpire puts it in play. We're good to go here this afternoon. Kuhnsteller to deal. And he opens up with a strike. The count is 0-1. And back-to-back, change up there, and the count goes to 0-2. And a ball cut foul to the right side and out of play. The count holds here at 0-2. A 2-2 count. The leadoff hitter, Nelson. Pitch on the way. Right side, that ball could drop in, and it does. On board with a single to open things up here for the Canes. Kunstler takes care of business there, and on 2 hits, 2 runs, the long ball for Taylor. And we will be right back. Stay with us. Well, bringing you back into live action, the Prospects get on the offensive side. Carter Nash will step in, the leadoff hitter for the Prospects, and the count is 1-0. All right, umpire Jeremy behind the plate today, working with Otto on the infield. 2-man crew here. And a ball missing there. The count's 2-0. On the defensive side for the Canes, the pitcher is Nixon behind the plate. Catching is Claybaugh. We'll get you the rest of the lineup here. Ball's fouled back. The count goes to 2-1. Chase over at first base. Second base, Padilla. Third base is Otto Solis. And the shortstop is Noason. And the count goes to 3-1. Out in left field, Taylor. In center field, Kaczynski, and rounding things out on the right side is Smith. The 3-1 pitch. Chopper, third baseman, should be a routine play there across the deck in time. And 1 out. Blake Barberena will step in. And the count goes to 1-0 to Barberena. And a 2-0 count. Prospects chasing 2. Here in the bottom of the first frame, game number 2. And a good backhand grab there over on the second base side. And 2 outs. So Padilla makes the play, 4-3 put out. Easton O'Quinn will step in for the Prospects. As Jeremy puts it back in, we're good to go. And a pitch on the inside. And the count is 0-1. A 1-1 count. And the count goes to 2-1. Closing in on 1:30 p.m. hour here this Thursday afternoon outside of Hoover, Alabama. You're enjoying the 2025 Perfect Game 14U Majors Division, the WWBA National Championship Tournament. And a 3-1 count to Easton O'Quinn with 2 outs. Pitch on the way. Handball, strike called there at the plate. Strike called at the plate, and the count goes to 3-2. And ball 4, O'Quinn will get on with a walk 90 feet down to first. So Jordan Leon will step in. And diving back into first base, Easton O'Quinn. From the stretch, a long hold, pitch on the way. Ball's fouled off, and the bat goes flying out of the hand of Jordan Leon. And the Canes coaches hand a little grip there for him and a little spray on, tack it up a little bit down on his grip. That ball fouled it off and flew out of his hand and back. Nobody was in the way, which is good. Throw back over to first. Chase playing first for the Canes. And swing and a miss, foul tip into the glove. And the count is 0-2. Well, Nixon works ahead here on Leon with 2 outs and O'Quinn at first. And a ball missing there, the count goes to 1-2. Jeremy switching places with Otto. He's the head umpire here for this game. Managing things behind the plate. Appreciate their work out there, doing what they do best, keeping things in check and moving along. Throw back over to the first base side as Nixon sends it over to Chase. So Quinn gets back, plenty of time. And the count goes to 2-2. Left side, well hit ball. That ball stays foul. And a good poke for Leon. And the count will hold at 2-2 as he comes back. Shallow center fielder having to make an adjustment and does so. And one on. We'll head to the top of the second, 2-0 Canes. So we're ready to go here in the top of the second frame. 2-0 Canes striking first. And a two-run shot from Taylor. And we're ready to go here. High fly ball. Out of play. And it's Claybaugh. Takes a cut, and the count is 0-1. 7, 8, 9 hitters here for the Canes. And the count goes to 1-1. And a cut at the plate, the count goes to 0-2. Third base side. Gerolimic, a good glove there and a rocket across the deck there. And 5-3 put out for Noah Gerolimic. So one out. And the count is 1-0. So a 2-0 count. Jordan Leon down on it, makes the play. 4-3 put out. So Smith will step in with 2 outs. Smith hitting in the 9 spot. And a strike there for Kuhnsteller. He'll open it up. The count is 0-1. A 1-1 count for the right fielder Smith. And Henry runs it out. The count goes to 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 3, drop 3 there, and Victoria will clear the lane to Bedard, and we're good. So the prospects. At the bottom of the second, 2-0 Canes. We'll be right back. Well, bringing you back into live action. We're ready to go here at the bottom of the second. 2-0. Canes over the Prospects. As Nateo Victoria will start things off for the Prospects. And the Prospects will go 5, 6, 7 here. And Nateo takes a cut, fouls it off. And that gets the hand of Jeremy. And that bounced right at the plate, and he'll shake it off. Take a minute there. That looked like a stinger. As we'll get a minute here with Jeremy. It'll take a second. So a little bit of a welt going there. We'll take a minute with the umpire. Take a second here, folks. And once again, you're enjoying Perfect Game WWBA tournament here just outside of Hoover, Alabama. Chris Aller with the call. It's been a great one. We're in bracket play. Day number 6. 2-2-2 now. The Prospects with their second game. They won their first one. Chasing 2 here. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, just kind of bring you back in, let you know what's happening. The umpire, Jeremy, behind home plate. The ball bounced at him, kind of a snake bite, jumped up and got him right in the forearm or right on the top of the hand. It looked like his forearm, and over in the dugout when the Prospects are getting him fixed up, maybe a little bit of ice and kind of taping his area that he got tagged, and he'll probably be coming back into action in just a moment. So our umpire getting some ice on his hand. And Jeremy, man, he took a stinger for sure and got him wrapped up, and we'll be good to go here. So I think he got a good one right on his forearm. And we'll reset things here and count as 0-1 to Victorio. Working with the infield umpire Otto down on the first base side. And we should be good to go here. So Victorio steps back in. And a ball out. The count evens up at 1-1. Last night and early morning, lots of rain, and temperatures are a little bit cooler here as Victorio takes a cut. It's been really hot the last few days. But starting things off the earlier game, we're into the afternoon hours now, certainly heating up, peak of the day. But it's been pretty pleasant for the most part here today. The 1-2 pitch. Ball is low, the count goes to 2-2. So the prospects chasing 2 to get on the boards, to get even in the bottom of the second frame. And Victorio gets on board. And the prospects put a runner on for Trey Lawrence, as Trey will step in. They're going to run for Victoria. Charlie Blaylock will put himself over at first. Blaylock with good speed. A little bit of a secondary there as the first baseman holds him on. Lawrence in the box. No pitch there. Chase the first baseman, holding on Blaylock. And a ball up. Count is 1-0. Called outside for a strike. The count is 1-2. So Lawrence takes a look there. Runner goes, a good throw down, tag is on, and in time. So Blaylock gets picked off. And a good throw for Claybaugh. So the count goes full to Trey Lawrence. With Blaylock getting picked off on his way, stealing second. And swing and a miss, change up there, strikeout. So Nixon will get the K. And 2 outs. Brody Taylor will step in. And a strike at the plate. The count's 0-1. Brody Taylor right to the first baseman. Easy play there. So 1-2-3 inning. Correction. They got a runner on. They left one on. It actually got picked off. And Chase will take care of that. We'll head to the third. It's 2-0. We'll be right back. Well, bringing you back in, we're ready to go as Victorio sends it down to second base. We'll get things started here in the top of the third. Canes leading this one 2-0. And stepping in, the 10-hitter, McCory. So Kunsteller stays on the hill, and Jeremy, our head umpire, gets geared up, and we're good to go as he'll put it in play. High fly ball. Jordan Leon, Bedard calling it. And D will take care of that over on first. And 1 out. So Bedard pulls in the first out for the Prospects. And the pitcher Nixon will step in. And the count is 1-0. Peeled down to first. And Otto said it did not go. The count's 2-0. Check swing. Should be an easy play there. And Leon will take it to Bedard. 4-3 put out. Back to the top of the order. Notice the shortstop will step in with the bases cleared and 2 outs. And Henry opens up. The count's 0-1. And fouled off there, Victorio. Looks like he got one. And Mateo takes a hit there, and we'll take a minute here. I think he got it right above the shin guard, right in his lower part of his quadricep. So he'll take a minute, and we'll get back to action here shortly. As Victorio, tough young man behind the plate. So Victorio and the umpire Jeremy taking a couple of hits. And the count is 1-2. As Noason will step back in. 2 outs. Kunsteller ahead here. And the ball missing. The count goes to 2-2. Time called. Jeremy grants it at the plate. Noason steps out. And the ball just missing on the inner third. The count goes full at 3-2. And ball 4. So the leadoff hitter, Noason gets on board with a walk. And Otis Salas will step in. Salas, a third baseman, with Noason over at first. Bedard holds him on. Kunsteller will work from the stretch, and he'll step off. And swing and a miss at the plate. Count is 0-1. Runner goes, throw down, a good throw. Tag is, looked like Leon was ready to slap it on, but the glove and the ball were not there connected. And it jumped out of his glove there, so in with a stolen base, moves up 90 feet. And a 1-1 count at the plate. And then a strike there. And strike called on the outside part of the plate. Strike 3 for Kunsteller, who'll get the strikeout. And we will head to the bottom of the third, 2-0 Canes. We'll bring you back in here. Noah Gerolimic will step in here for the prospects. As the prospects go 8, 9, 10 here in the bottom of the third, trying to get something started for their side. They're trailing by 2. And a strike at the plate. The count is 0-1. And the ball's fouled back, out of play. And the catcher, Claybaugh, got one. So the catchers and the umpire getting their workout today, getting a couple of stingers. Claybaugh will take a minute as well. And he can walk it off. As we're here in the bottom of the third. Now the sun has broken through here this afternoon after rain early this morning. And here on an all-turf field, a beautiful field here at the Pelham Panthers High School complex. Drains out very quickly versus some of the other places with natural grass. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off again. The count holds at 0-2. Count is 1-2. And the count goes to 2-2. So Geralamick steps back in with a 2-2 count here. And no outs in the bottom of the third frame. Prospects just trying to get runners on board here. They're chasing 2 to get even. This is game number 2 of 2 today. Prospects won their first game going against the PFA Southern Nevada Club. And a ball out. The count goes full at 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. So Geralamick gets on board with no outs. And Daniel Badar will step in. And by an attempt outside for the strike gets through. The count's 0-1. And Badar lays down the bunt. And Badar down the line. He'll move the runner over in Geralamick. And Brandon Manavong will step in. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Count is 1-0. The 2-0 count to Manavong. Geralamick at second, shortstop and a little tight, same with the second baseman. Long hold, pitch on the way. Ball is good for the strike, and the count goes to 2-1. And the ball fouled, 2-2 count to Manavong. And Manavong lays off, pitches outside, and the count goes to 3-2. Manavong, shortstop side, had a little bobble in and out of the glove. A good throw, though, in time. Manavong with good speed down the line. And that'll move over Gerolimic to third. And Carter Nash will step in with 2 outs. Scoring opportunity here. A line drive. We'll bring Noah over. Prospects trying to get on the board here. They're chasing 2 to get even. And they bring back Gerolimic as that ball caroms back off the backstop area behind home plate right into the glove of Fuller. Correction, Claybaugh. And a strike there. The count is 0-1. Carter Nash deep to center field. Center fielder backing up, and we'll have a play there. A deep shot. They'll strand 1. We'll head to the 4th. A 2-0 affair. Canes over the Prospects. We'll be right back. Well, we'll bring you back in here. We're ready to roll in the 4th frame. We're through 3. And the Prospects looking to get on the board here. And back to the defensive side for Kunsteller. Swinging a miss at the plate. As the 3-hitter Chase steps in, they go 3-4-5 here. Count is 0-1. Curveball missing there. The count goes to 1-1. As I mentioned, bracket play. 2 games. I believe 2-2-2 is the setup, and a swing and a miss there at the plate. The count goes to 1-2. And strike 3, they'll clear the lane. The tail would just put the tag on a Chase. We'll have a seat, 1 down. Kunsteller staying effective on the hill for the Prospects. And some good pitch sequencing there for Coach Eric Ortiz, calling pitches as Oda Salas will step in. Correction, Taylor steps in. Count is 1-0. Taylor takes a cut there, and the count goes to 2-1. So a 3-1 count to Taylor. And curveball in for the strike. Good movement there. The count goes full at 3-2. Well, full count here with 1 out in the 4th. Swing and a miss. Drop 3 there. Victoria's going to have to clear it. And fires down to Bedard. And they pick up their 2nd out. So Kosinski will step in. Ball's hit to the left side. Trey Lawrence backing up. Should have a routine play there. He'll pull it in. High fly out to the left side. Prospects. Short order here. The 1-2-3 inning. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 4th. Stay with us. We'll bring you back into action here. We're ready to go. Blake Barberina steps in, pitch on the way, and a ball outside. Barberina looks at the count at 1-0. Blake did a nice job pitching for the club, getting his work in. And Barberina is going to get through there and over in the 3-4 hole area. Barberina gets on board with a single. And Easton O'Quinn gets tagged. And on the hard way, and now with no outs, the prospects. And Jordan Leon will step in. No outs. Bottom four. Prospects knocking here on the door. As Leon will step in. Line drives are your friend. We've seen that play out over and over again on the high flyers. Push bunt up the line. A good looking bunt there, and it spins off foul. A little too much English on that bunt. As that spins out into foul territory. Ball low as Leon pulls back, and the count evens up at 1-1. Coach Carlos talking to his guy Leon as Jordan steps back in the box, locked and loaded. And the count goes to 2-1 as Leon pulls back again, presenting bunt. Ball's outside. And the count goes to 3-1. Quinn at first, Barbarena at second. The 3-1 pitch. And in tight there. Could have been ball four, but Leon with the bunt attempt, the count's 3-2. And swing and a miss. Strike three for Leon on a changeup. And Leon will have a seat. And Victoria will step in with one out. The Prospects. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Victoria, well hit ball. And Barbarena had trouble there on the fielding. And here comes O'Quinn. He's got around. Barbarena, they're going to shut him down at second. And like that, Victoria answers the call. Ball hit to the left fielder. He had a play to shut down the runners, and it caromed off of his glove into center. More left center. And Victoria ties it up. It's a 2-2 game. So a visit out to the bump to talk to the Canes pitcher. That might be short work there. They're going to take the ball there, and possibly. And a pitching change coming forth here in just a moment, perhaps. It's a good one, a 2-2 tie, game number 2. Stay with us. So bringing you back into live action, kind of give you a breakdown here of what's happening. The pitching change has been made, and Cash Padilla will come in. He was playing second base for the club. He's got a lot of white wrap on him, so he's going to have to take care of all that stuff first, and they're deciding to put on Trey Lawrence, and they're going to pitch to Brody Taylor. So an intentional walk with one out, and Padilla's got tons of tape that he's got to take care of here, being that it's white. And that'll take a minute. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So an interesting set of affairs here as the Canes put on Trey Lawrence. And an opportunity here with Blaylock and good speed at second running there, and Brody Taylor will step in. Bottom of the fourth, a 2-2 tie. Victoria pulled the trigger and got a double and a two-run RBI deal to even things up. Ball low, the count's 1-0. One out. And the 2-0 count to Taylor. Taylor takes a cut at the plate, fouls it off, and the count goes to 2-1. Closing in on the 2:30 p.m. hour here this afternoon. We welcome you live here in the 2025 Perfect Game WWBA National Championship Tournament here in Hoover, Alabama. Taylor right side, that's going to drop in. And they're going to check everybody up. Coach Carlos shuts down Blaylock at third. And Brody Taylor gets on board with a single, and the bases are loaded for Noah Geralamick. So one out, and on deck, Daniel Badar. And Geralamick takes a cut at the plate. The count's 0-1. And trouble there for Blaylock. They're going to chase him down, and that'll do it. So they try to move Blaylock up the line, and he gets tagged out on a pickle. And 2 outs on the books. But the runners will move up in Brody Taylor and Lawrence over to third. So Geralamick Pass ball, and they're going to have to shut down Lawrence. The ball comes back off the backstop very quick. Unless you're about 3/4 of the way up the line, that's a tough one to steal off a third on a pass ball. The count is 1-1 to Gerolamic. Noah's just looking for a line drive here to move ahead for the prospects. 2-2 pitch. And the ball's popped up, straight back. So a visit out to the mound. Catcher's going to have a word with his pitcher, Padilla. Yeah, they're questioning here because he looked to third. He thought he had to throw a turd and kept spinning, and I thought there might have been a call on a balk there, but nothing called. Gerolamic. That gets through. Here comes one. Brody Taylor coming around third. The throw in, they're going to cut it. And like that, Noah Gerolamic answers the call and gets it through over on the left side. And on board with a single and 2-run RBI. The prospects will move runs 3 and 4 across the plate. And Daniel Bedar will step in. And a strike on the plate there for Padilla. He'll open up. The count is 0-1 as Bedar steps back in. Time called, Bedar steps out. So 1-1 count with 2 outs. All right, we're going to back you out here. The count is 0-1. And swing and a miss outside. The count goes to 0-2. Shallow right to the shortstop. That'll do it. They'll leave one on, but the prospects. Victorio gets a poke and brings 2 over. It's 4-2 affair. ZT National prospects over the Canes. We're through 4 frames. We'll head to the 5th. Well, we're ready to go here in the 5th frame. We're through 4 complete. And the prospects moved ahead in the bottom of the 4th frame, 4-2. And Henry Kuhnsteller stays on the bump for the prospects. We're ready to go. Jeremy puts it in play. And a ball at the plate. The count is 1-0. Kuhnsteller missing there. The count's 2-0. So Cash Padilla leading off here for the club in the 6th spot, 6-7-8. Victorio, good gather there. And across the deck. So Victorio showing his versatility over at second base and a 4-3 putout for the first out in Henry Kuhnsteller and the prospects. Claybaugh, the catcher, will step in. One down, and we're in the 5th. And doesn't have to go too far. Geralimic at short. As Noah pulls that in on one pitch for Kuhnsteller. And a strike at the plate. So Motley and a 1-1 count. Kuhnsteller. And a strike called there. Count is 1-2 with 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch. Kuhnsteller let that one rip. And low in the zone, the count goes to 2-2. Motley playing as the extra hitter. Slow roller third base side. O'Quinn will pick that up foul. And Motley will come back. Swing and a miss, strike three. Kuhnsteller pumped up off the mound. Good work there. It's down the side. Well, to the bottom of the fifth, 4-2 prospects. Chris Aller with a call. The 2024 WW 2025, I should say. Put a year behind us here. The 25 WWBA National Championship here at the Pelham Panthers High School Baseball Field. We'll be right back. Well, bringing it back into live action, we're ready to go here in the bottom of the fifth frame, and Manavong will lead things off for the club. We're ready to go here as Manavong and the prospects. They'll go 10-1-2. And a good bunt down the third base side. One-handed grab, and Manavong gets in time. So the third baseman grabbed it barehanded as the ball looked like it might have spun out of play, but he grabbed it in fair territory, and Manavong beat it out on the throw and finds himself on board. Carter Nash will step in. Little small ball here for Manavong. And the prospects throw back over. Chase, the first baseman, holding him on. And Carter Nash take care of business there. And we'll move Manavong over 90 feet to second. And one out for Blake Barberena. Shortstop in tight on Manavong at second. Pitch on the way. The 1-0 count to Barberena. And the count goes to 2-0 to Barberena as Blake steps back in. Barberena, well hit ball. That's going to drop it in the gap. That's going to go a long way. The center fielder grabbed it. They pull it in. And there's no throw at home. So Manavong will score from second on a long hit there to left center. And Barberena on board, and the Prospects pick up their fifth here. With one out, and Easton O'Quinn will step in. So Barberena's bat staying hot here. And O'Quinn stepping in here. Blake will run. Chase holds him on over at first. But he had worked from the stretch. Throw back over. Barberena gets back in time. So Quinn looking at a 2-0 count. And O'Quinn takes a cut at the plate. Count is 2-1. So Padilla taking O'Quinn to a 2-2 count here with one out. 5-2 Prospects. And swing and a miss, strike three. O'Quinn will have a seat. And 2 outs for Jordan Leon as he steps in. So Padilla gets the K, and Barberena parked over at first. Toss back over. Chase puts the tag on him. And a strike there. The count is 0-1. Shortstop charging. Good throw across. Good play there on the shortstop side. So well executed for the Canes as Noason takes care of that. They'll leave one on. They move to their fifth. 5-2 Prospects. We'll go into the sixth frame. We'll be right back. Well, bringing you back into live action. We're ready to go here in the sixth. We're through 5. 5-2 prospects stepping in for the Canes. Smith, the right fielder. They go 9, 10, 11 here in the sixth. Kunsteller to deal. Ball is up and out. The count's 1-0. Kunsteller. Look like his arm slot a little bit out. Releasing outside a bit. Pitch on the way. And Henry makes the adjustment, comes in. And Smith takes a cut. The count's 2-1. Time call granted at the plate. Smith steps out. Baseball coming in on the field. And Gerolamick, the hot corner. And Smith pulls the trigger. A hard hit ball gets on board. That gets through. And a single there. McCory will step in. Ball's fouled off. The count's 0-1. And a good-looking pitch there, just missing. As the count goes to 1-1 as Kunsteller came inside. Smith over at first, and Easton O'Quinn on first base side. Swing and a miss at the plate for McCory. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes. And that ball gets away behind the plate with Jimmy Stout behind the dish. And it's a tough play there as Henry bounced it. And Jimmy just couldn't glove it up. The count goes to 2-2. So Kunsteller looking for an out pitch here. Runner at second. And strike 3 called there. Good looking pitch for Kunsteller as he comes in and gets the K. And Stout wants to talk to his pitcher. I think Kunsteller wanted to say something to him as well. And Nixon steps in with 1 down. Manavong in the back pocket of Smith over at second. He ranges up and rolls off. Ball's popped up. Charlie Blaylock calls it, and O'Quinn pulls it in. Easton, I think, may have called it first, and O'Quinn had a better line on it, and he'll pull in the out. So O'Quinn takes care of the second out for Kunsteller and the prospects. And Coach Eric Ortiz heading out to the bump. With 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. So Coach Ortiz just has a word with his man Kunsteller and the rest of the crew as to make sure they want to pitch smart through the 6th frame with 2 outs with a runner at second. And back to the top of the order with Noason. And Kunsteller opens up with a strike there. The count is 0-1. 12-6 curve. Good movement there. Slow roller to the third base side and foul. So Kunsteller ahead in the count at 0-2 here on the leadoff hitter Noasen. Smith over at second. And they got to play at third. A good throw. In trouble there as Gerolimic on two different plays, not able to glove up. The throw wasn't bad at all from Stout. And Gerolimic just couldn't glove up there. And the runner will move over to third. So they're going to talk about, I'm not sure whether Jimmy was looking for some sort of obstruction call or something like that. We'll see what they're talking about. So obstruction called at the plate. And that'll do it. So Kunsteller and the Prospects. We'll move to the bottom of the 6th, 5-2. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, we're ready to go here in the bottom of the 6th as the Prospects will get back to the offensive side. And Padilla, Cash stays on the hill for the Canes. Prospects leading this one 5-2. And Victoria looks at ball 1. And a strike outside. Padilla makes the adjustment, runs it in, gets the call. The count evens up at 1-1. And right back to Padilla. He'll handle it himself. And underhand toss right over to Chase. 1-3 put out and 1 down. Trey Lawrence will step in. Base is empty here in the bottom of the 6th frame. Lawrence looks at ball 1. And a strike outside. The count evens up at 1-1. Dia comes inside, missing there. The count goes to 2-1. And swing and a miss there. Foul tip into the glove. Right behind the plate. Claybaugh handles that. And a 3-2 count. Inside ball 4. So Lawrence gets on board with a walk. And Brody Taylor will step in. We're in the bottom of the 6th frame. We'll play 7 or an hour 50, no new. And a toss over from Padilla over to Chase at first base. Diving back in, Trey Lawrence. As the tournament progresses, I believe when you get to the semis, it's 7 innings, no time. And then into the final as well. And Taylor strike. Padilla opens up there. The count's 0-1. And Lawrence back in. Ball gets away from Chase's glove, but not too far. Lawrence stays put. Another throw over again. Tag on. Lawrence back in time. A few minutes before 3 p.m. here. Central part of the U.S. here, time zone. Brody Taylor, center fielder, backing up. That ball's got some lift to it. And to the batter's eye, right there to dead center. And Brody Taylor will get on board with a double and an RBI. So Taylor's bat's hot today as they pick up their 6th on Taylor's double. And Noah Gerolamick will step in. So Gerolamick takes a cut, and Noah will step back in. It'll count as 1-1. Shortstop, backhand grab. And a good play down the line, though. Gerolamick was down there quickly, and Chase had to elevate, but it was able to put the tag on before Gerolamick got to first. And over to third is Brody Taylor. So 2 outs, and Jimmy Stout will step in. So Stout with an opportunity to cash in on Brody Taylor. Jimmy, left side, left fielder backing up. That ball's deep, and a good grab and left. Taylor will get stranded, but he picks up a double and an RBI for the 6th run for the Prospects. We'll head to the 7th. 6-2 ZT Prospects. Well, bringing you back in, we're ready to go. Kuhnsteller stays on the bump for the Prospects as we go into the 7th frame. And stepping in the batter, number 9, Oda Salas. They go 2-3-4. Kuhnsteller ready to deal. Pitch on the way. And Henry opens up with a strike. And the count is 0-1. Salas, left side. Backing up, that ball is deep, and there's no play there off the fence line. Salas will motor into second and opens up with a stand-up double. Chase, the first baseman, will step in. And a big cut at the plate for Chase. Kuhnsteller runs it through. The count is 0-1. Salas over at second. Long ball to the left side. There was no play for Lawrence. Henry takes a long look. Right side, shallow. Brody Taylor. And another highlight reel for Taylor as Charlie Blaylock leapfrogged over him. They get out of the way as Taylor came forward and was able to glove it and bring the out in. Taylor steps in, pitch on the way. Ball's fouled off, counts 0-1. So Jimmy Stout talking to his man Kuhnstiller saying, hey man, we got this. On the other side, Kane's looking for a knock with a runner at second. Chasing 4 to get even. We're in the 7th frame, the final frame of the game. Kuhnstiller opening up. The count is 0-1. Blaylock shuffling around, a long hold, pitch on the way. Good pitch there. And just down slightly. The count goes to 1-1. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes. And swing and a miss at the plate. Jimmy puts the tag on. And a strikeout for Kuhnstiller. 2 down. Prospects the home team here as the Canes are down to their final out. Stepping in Kaczynski. And a ball low, the count is 1-0. Count goes to 2-0. And a strike there. Correction, ball. So Kuhnstiller steps off, and they're going to put him on. They're going to put Kaczynski on. So intentional walk there. And Cash Padilla, the pitcher, came in, taking over, will step in. Prospect setting up a double play. Looking at an out here. Excuse me, only 1 out. They're just getting the force here set up. And runners at first and second. The count is 0-1. Looked at the scoreboard there, and I was looking at the wrong number. 2 down. Down to the last out. And Kuhnstiller. The count goes to 1-1. And Henry locates. And not sure what the call was there. And it looks like a ball. It counts 2-1. And a strike there. Kuhnstiller makes the adjustment, brings it inside. And the count is 2-2 with 2 outs. Canes down to their final strike. The 2-2 count and 2 outs. And the ball's cut foul, straight back. And that'll do it. The Prospects. Henry Kuhnsteller, what a showing here today for the Prospects, and a great matchup. The Canes doing their thing. They picked up 2 early on, and the Prospects were not able to do anything until the 4th. They brought 4 over, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. They win at 6-2, but Henry Kuhnsteller, 6 clean innings after putting up 2 in the 1st, and the Prospects will do themselves right here as they take the victory over the Canes. They go 2 straight here today with 2 wins as players shake hands at home plate. And well-executed game by both clubs. But the Prospects, the production line, got going early. Taylor, some of the other boys getting some big ones. Connor Nash. And the bats got hot early on. The Prospects, once they got rolling, they took care of it. Starting in the 4th, and they'll take the win here today. Coaches shake hands. That will be it. 2 today, 2 tomorrow. We'll be bringing it to you live one more time. I'd like to thank everybody here at the Pelham Panthers High School baseball field, a beautiful facilities. Of course, everybody from Perfect Game. Chris Aller with the call. It's been a good one. Prospects, they go 2 straight. This one over the Canes, 6-2. For now, we'll say so long as we continue. Tomorrow, day 7, bracket play continues to roll on the 2025 Perfect Game WWBA National Champions. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon.